Hey guys, so let's start working on the questions for chapters 10 and 11. The first one is a quick write, so it's on your own. It says, have you ever witnessed or heard of a miracle or supernatural event? Write about it below. So have you ever come across something that was miraculous or amazing or crazy? Okay, now we're at multiple choice. What creature does Avery capture in chapter 10? And if you go to page 67 in the book toward the bottom, it says, that morning, just as Wilbur fell asleep, Avery Arable wandered into the Zuckerman's front yard, followed by Fern. Avery carried a live frog in his hand. So B, he has a frog. Number 2, what words does Charlotte weave in her web? What words? If you go to page 77, which is the first page of chapter 11, go down a little bit and you see in big letters it says, some pig, because that's what she wrote. So that would be B, some pig. Sequencing, so read these out loud and then decide how they go in order. So we have Avery accidentally smashes Templeton's rotten egg. I know that happens pretty early on. Charlotte works on her web all night long. That's kind of in the middle. Lurvy notices a message in Charlotte's web. That's definitely after her working on her web all night long. Fern and Avery swing for an hour. I remember that happening at the beginning. Visitors come from everywhere to see Wilbur and the web. And I remember that happening at the end. So they swing for an hour. That's number 1. Number 2, Avery accidentally smashes the egg. Number 3, Charlotte works on her web all night. Number 4, Lurvy notices the message. And then 5 is visitors come from all over to see the web. Give chapters 10 and 11 new names. Explain your choices. That's all on your own. If you could rename the chapters, what would it be and why? Okay, short answers. Answer the questions in complete sentences. In detail, explain how Avery causes the barn to smell terrible. So you need to use first, next, last for this. And I would start on page 71 because that's when Fern says she's going to see Wilbur and Avery sees Charlotte and he wants to catch her. So start at page 71, read, you only really need to read to 73, so just a couple pages, and do first, next, then last. Number 2, what does Charlotte do that causes a stir at the Zuckerman farm? Name at least 2 major effects from her action. So if you go to page 77, which again is the beginning of chapter 11, you can see what she did. And then what 2 big things happened because of what she did. I want you to do first, next, then last for this too. So first, Charlotte stays up all night weaving her web, blah, 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 blah. What does she do? And then what 2 important things happen because of that. Number 3, do you think Charlotte's plan will work? Explain your opinion. That's on your own. It's your opinion. Do you think it's going to work or not? And then we have our vocabulary. So again, I'm going to go to my vocabulary flashcards. And our first word is surly, which means sullen or ungracious. So what means the same as surly? What's the opposite of surly? Solemnly. Solemnly means seriously. So what's the same as solemnly and what's the opposite? And the last one is bewilderment, which means confusion. What's the same as bewilderment and what's the opposite? And then you have your fill in the blank words. I blank promised my mom that I was telling her the truth about finishing my homework. Number 2, the ungracious boy demanded more dessert in a blank tone. Number 3, my friend gave me a look of utter blank when I told her the strange story. Beyond. Create an advertisement below to attract even more visitors to the Zuckerman farm. So what else could they advertise to get people to come? I can think of something. I can think of a few things. So think of something that would make people want to come to the farm and make an advertisement for it. Okay? All right, you guys have fun with these pages and I'll talk to you later. Bye.